Imagine if I told you that in some ways the world never really caught up with ancient China, that even with AI, rockets, and quantum chips, there are 30 creations from more than 1,000 years ago that we still basically copy, not surpass. You're about to count down from 30 to 1 through a list of ancient Chinese creations that solved human problems so perfectly that modern engineers, doctors, bankers, and shipbuilders are still following their blueprints. Number 30, we have an invention that quietly supercharged ancient farming, the seed drill. Before this, farmers scattered seeds by hand, hoping the wind, birds, and pure luck wouldn't steal half their future harvest. It was messy, inefficient, and totally unpredictable. Then Chinese innovators came up with a simple but genius tool that planted seeds in neat rows, at the right depth, with even spacing. Suddenly, agriculture wasn't guesswork anymore. Yields went up, seed waste dropped, and fields started to look less like chaos and more like a planned system. Modern tractors now use high-tech versions of this same idea, but the core concept, that's pure ancient China. Number 29 is something that turned rivers into engines long before electricity, water-powered bellows. To melt metal and run serious furnaces, you need extreme heat, which means a constant blast of air. Instead of wearing people out pumping air by hand, Chinese engineers connected bellows to water wheels. Flowing water turned the wheel drove the bellows, and the fire roared hotter than ever. This meant more metal, better tools, stronger weapons, and early large-scale industry powered by nothing but gravity and moving water. Today we use turbines and fans, but they're still doing the same job those ancient bellows did, feeding fire with an endless, controlled breath. Number 28, we have the wheelbarrow. Simple at first glance, but way ahead of its time. Most people picture a basic cart with one wheel up front and two handles at the back. But early Chinese designs often placed the wheel in the center, so it carried most of the load. That meant one person could move huge weights that would normally take several workers. On farms, on construction sites, even on battlefields, the wheelbarrow turned a single human into a mini transport machine. You can walk into any modern work site today and still see this invention in action. We've upgraded materials, but the design remains undefeated. Number 27 is what helped ships survive disasters: watertight bulkheads. Ancient Chinese shipbuilders had a revolutionary idea. Divide the inside of a ship into separate sealed compartments. If the hull was damaged and one section flooded, the others could keep the vessel afloat. This was a total game changer. Instead of one leak sinking everything, damage became something you could contain. Modern ships, from cargo giants to warships, still rely on internal bulkheads for safety. We now build them with steel and sensors, but the life-saving concept is exactly the same. Number 26 is a piece of pure mechanical genius: the differential gear. In China, this gear system appeared in the legendary south-pointing chariot, a vehicle whose figure on top always pointed south no matter how the chariot itself turned. That wasn't magic. It was clever gear ratios smoothly distributing motion. Today, every car uses a differential so your wheels can spin at different speeds when you turn, keeping the ride smooth and stable. Same principle, different purpose. The idea that gears can think in motion is something ancient Chinese engineers were already playing with. Number 25 is the mechanical escapement, the heartbeat of precise clocks. Chinese inventors didn't just measure time with dripping water, they built mechanisms that released energy in controlled, equal steps. This allowed them to create complex clock towers that track time and even the movement of the stars. That familiar tick-tock in a mechanical watch comes from an escapement doing its job, letting gears move forward in tiny regular jumps. Modern digital clocks don't need it, but the entire era of precision mechanics grew out of this clever way of taming energy. Number 24, we have the armillary sphere, a 3D model of the sky. Imagine a set of rings nested inside each other, representing the paths of the sun, moon, and stars. Chinese astronomers use these devices to visualize the heavens, understand celestial motion, and refine their calendars. It was like having a physical planetarium on a stand. Today we do this with software and simulations, but the mental model, the layered, rotating structure of the cosmos, was already built into these ancient instruments. Number 23 is the crossbow, the weapon that changed the balance of power. Unlike a regular bow, a crossbow uses a mechanical trigger and a horizontal bow mounted on a stock. It stores energy and lets almost anyone fire accurately with minimal training. In ancient China, this meant armies of relatively ordinary soldiers could wield serious killing power. The crossbow was easier to use, easier to aim, and terrifyingly effective. It set the stage for a world where technology, not just pure skill, decided who ruled the battlefield. Number 22 is the repeating crossbow, the Chukonu. Take the crossbow and give it a magazine. This version could fire bolt after bolt by simply working a lever, with no need to reload each shot manually. It was the ancient equivalent of a low-powered automatic weapon. Sure, it didn't hit as hard as a longbow, but in close combat or defending walls, the sheer volume of fire could overwhelm an enemy. The logic behind modern rapid-fire weapons, trade some power per shot for speed, was already alive in this wooden, lever-driven killer. Number 21 is the early mastery of negative numbers. Chinese mathematicians used counting rods laid out on boards, and they represented positive and negative values with different colors. This let them perform calculations that involved debts, losses, and directional changes long before other cultures fully embraced the idea. Today, negative numbers are absolutely everywhere, from bank accounts to physics, and we don't even think about how weird they once seemed. In ancient China, that mental leap had already been taken. Number 20, we have deep drilling for brine and natural gas. In Sichuan, ancient drillers sunk wells more than 1,000 meters deep, using bamboo rigs and heavy iron drill bits. They used percussion drilling, lifting and dropping tools to chip away at rock, while managing pressure and fluids. From these wells, they extracted salty water for making salt and captured natural gas bubbling up alongside it, piping it off to use as fuel. Long before modern oil rigs, they were already mastering vertical access to the hidden resources underground. Number 19 is the chain pump, the quiet hero of irrigation. It's a simple loop of paddles or discs attached to a chain running through a tube. Turn the chain and water climbs upward in a steady flow. Ancient Chinese farmers used this to move water from low-lying areas to their fields. It could be powered by people, animals, or even water wheels, and it kept fields alive during dry spells. Variants of this design are still used in low-tech settings today because it's just that reliable. Number 18, we have the canal pound lock. Moving boats between different water levels is tricky. The pound lock solved this by creating a closed chamber with gates at both ends. Sail in, close one gate, raise or lower the water, open the other gate, and you're done. This allowed large canal systems to work smoothly without wrecking boats on sudden drops or rapids. Modern mega canals still use this same basic system. When something works this well, you don't replace it, you just build it bigger. Number 17 is the Grand Canal, the backbone of an empire. This wasn't just a waterway, it was a deliberately engineered network connecting key regions, letting grain, soldiers, and goods move efficiently over vast distances. It was the ultimate logistics hack in a time before trains or trucks. The Grand Canal helped stabilize food supplies, strengthen central control, and fuel economic growth. It's a living example of how infrastructure can make or break a civilization, and it's still in use today. Number 16 is the south-pointing chariot itself. We already talked about its gears, but as an object, it's incredible. A vehicle that always indicates south, even as it turns, would have looked like a magic machine to onlookers. It symbolized the state's command of both technology and the natural order. In reality, it was a beautifully tuned mechanism translating wheel motion into directional information, long before magnets took over that job. Think of it as an early, purely mechanical compass car. Number 15 is the seismoscope, the world's first earthquake detector. From the outside, it looked like an ornate bronze vessel decorated with dragons and frogs. Inside, a delicate mechanism reacted to distant tremors. When an earthquake struck, a ball would drop from a specific dragon's mouth into the frog below, showing the direction of the shock. This allowed authorities to know about quakes in far-off regions, even if they didn't feel anything locally. No electricity, no screens, just clever physics and design. Number 14, we have advanced cast iron and steel making. Chinese metallurgists learned not just to melt iron, but to control its carbon content and cooling speeds to create different properties. They cast iron into molds, then sometimes converted it into steel through further heating and forging. This meant stronger tools, sharper weapons, and more durable structures. While other places were still figuring out small-scale iron production, China was already running an early version of heavy industry. Number 13 is the stern-mounted rudder. Instead of steering with oars at the sides, Chinese shipbuilders attached a single large rudder to the stern, low in the water. This gave ships much better steering control, especially for large vessels. It was more efficient, easier to operate, and worked far better in rough conditions. Today, virtually every large ship on the planet uses some version of this basic layout. Number 12 is gunpowder. At first, it was the accidental side effect of alchemists experimenting with various mixtures in search of magical results. What they found instead was a blend of ingredients that burned rapidly and violently. That discovery jumped from ritual fireworks to military use, fire arrows, bombs, early cannons, and eventually reshaped warfare worldwide. Centuries later, the chemistry of modern propellants still follows the trail gunpowder blazed. Number 11 is the magnetic compass. Chinese observers noticed that lodestone and magnetized needles tended to align in a particular direction. Early on, they used this for spiritual and architectural alignment. Then someone had the genius idea to put it on a ship. From that moment, navigation changed forever. Sailors could travel confidently even when the stars were hidden and coastlines vanished from sight. The compass turned the unknown into something manageable. Number 10, we have paper. Turning plant fibers and rags into smooth, writable sheets seems obvious now, but it was revolutionary then. Paper was cheaper and more convenient than bamboo, bone, or silk, and it spread through society quickly. Officials, scholars, merchants, everyone benefited from a medium that made record-keeping and communication so much easier. Even in a digital age, we still love our notebooks, packaging, and prints. Number 9 is woodblock printing. Instead of copying text by hand, artisans carved whole pages into wooden blocks. Ink the block, press it onto paper, and you got a perfect copy. Religious texts, calendars, and official documents could now circulate widely and consistently. It was an early information explosion powered by ink and wood. Number 8, we have movable type printing. Bixing's breakthrough was to make individual characters that could be rearranged to form any page you wanted. Set the type, print, then reuse the characters for the next page. This modular approach is exactly how modern text handling works, just in physical form. It cut the time and effort needed to print diverse content and showed what's possible when information becomes reusable building blocks. Number 7 is paper money. Carrying huge amounts of metal coins is heavy, risky, and slow. The solution? Let paper stand in for value. Early notes began as certificates and evolved into government-issued currency. This made large-scale trade easier and safer, and it pushed the idea that value could be based on trust and systems rather than just chunks of metal. Our entire global financial system still relies on that shift. Number 6 is the abacus. A simple frame with beads becomes a powerful calculator in skilled hands. Moving beads along rods allowed users to perform complex arithmetic incredibly quickly. More than just a tool, it trained generations to think in numbers and patterns. Even today, abacus-trained users can mentally simulate the device and outperform electronic calculators in some challenges. Number 5 is the binary-like logic found in the I Ching. This text encodes information in combinations of broken and unbroken lines, essentially two basic states arranged in patterns. While it wasn't used for computing like we use binary now, the conceptual foundation is there. Complex outcomes built from simple dual elements. Modern computers run on ones and zeros, but the idea of representing the world through paired opposites and structured combinations is ancient. Number 4, we have silk. From carefully raising silkworms to unwinding their cocoons into long, continuous threads, Chinese sericulture turned biology into high fashion. The resulting fabric was light, strong, smooth, and luxurious. Silk became one of the most coveted materials on Earth, driving long-distance trade and cultural exchange. Even now, with all our synthetic fabrics, real silk still has a special magic. Number 3 is porcelain. By firing special clays at very high temperatures, Chinese potters produced vessels that were unbelievably thin, yet strong, with a glassy, almost translucent surface. Porcelain was beautiful, practical, and incredibly tough. It dazzled foreign traders who struggled for centuries to replicate it. Today's high-performance ceramics in technology and medicine owe a huge debt to that original mastery of fire and earth. Number 2 is traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture. Instead of just targeting symptoms, this system looked at the body as a network of balances and flows. With herbs, formulas, and fine needles, practitioners aimed to gently nudge the body back into harmony. Some of these methods are now being studied and used worldwide alongside modern medicine. For something so old to still be this relevant says a lot about how deep those insights go. And finally, number 1, the combined impact of the compass, paper, gunpowder, and printing, the 4 great creations that changed everything. 1 let us navigate farther, 1 let us record more, 1 rewrote warfare and engineering, 1 multiplied ideas across space and time. Together, they took human civilization off its old rails and launched it in a new direction. We like to think we're living in the most advanced age ever, and in many ways we are. But behind so much of what we do, think, and build, you'll find the fingerprints of ancient Chinese genius. If you enjoyed this journey through inventions we still haven't truly surpassed, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves history and tech. Because this is just the beginning. There are countless more forgotten ideas that quietly built the modern world, and we're going to uncover them one by one.